They have been here since Thursday to prepare for this game. It's a vital one for them. And we're underway in Townsville with Josh Hannay getting boot to ball. And Robbie O'Davis, underwritten Perry, will have the first hit up of the night. And the Cowboys are in there in numbers. There's 4 of them. Rod Jensen in there. So too Rauhihi in Campion. He lost that Perry, did he? Or was he pushed over? The referee was going to say play on. So a sloppy play the ball to start the game. And Woolno will play it. This is Clint Newton. He was strong last week also against the Eels. Taken to ground by Lee McWilliams. This is Fitzgerald, the former South Sydney and Parramatta player, up towards the 40. Now Kurt Gidley kicking early. It's away from Sorbello. He gets a nice bounce in the end, 10 out from his own line. Straight at Josh Perry, being the biggest player on the field to run it.
Yeah, not a man you want to pick out in the line when you're bringing the ball back. Daniel Sorbello, not having many first-grade games under his belt. Expect a lot of kicking, a lot of kick returns from him tonight.
Campion runs at Woolno, who makes the tackle with the assistance of Andrew Price. Miles, Soto Douglas, some heavy body contact from the Newcastle players. Fitzgerald was around the legs, Perry over the top. Shepherd turning it inside to Jamie McDonald. On the last, injured Newcastle player in back play, you see in your haunches, is Adam Woolno. The kick over the top. Here comes Jensen. Davis has it covered. It almost bounced away from him, but Jensen and Sweeney chase very well for the Cowboys. Woolno still in the hands of the trainers as Hall ducks the head. Campion with the tackle. Clint Newton struggling to get back on side also. Under pressure here, Newcastle trying to work it out from their own end. Anthony Quinn almost still in Disneyland a little bit. He's back in the attacking line as Price takes it forward. Penalty.
Josh, have a look for the touch, Judge.
Josh Hannay penalised inside the 10. And so very much a relieving penalty there for Newcastle.
Yeah, disappointing for the Cowboys to have it so late in the tackle count there. They did a good job of kicking and chasing it and putting the Knights under plenty of pressure. Let them off with a relieving penalty.
Seems to have recovered, still going. Now finally taken to ground. Price trying to bust through the Cowboys defence. It holds on this occasion. Southern in there to make the tackle on debut. Gidley, Perry has knocked it on. Running straight at Rauhihi, also McDonald, and Campion has turned it over and Sorbello comes up with possession.
Yeah, Josh Perry took his eyes off the ball then, can't do that. We saw a couple of Cowboys players standing there waiting for him in defence.
This is Brenton Bowen, the cousin of Matty Bowen. Rauhihi, cut out ball, Shepherd, good ball to Sweeney. Bit of space, calm up with the tackle, slips away from him. Ball recovers to come in with Gidley to wrap him up. Rauhihi, straight at Woolno, and a bit of a roll here, the Cowboys, into the 30-metre area of Newcastle. Josh Perry called offside. Miles numbing to O'Donnell. Now Sorbello ball to Barry, moves forward. Not by much. Got the call from the touch judge on the far side.
He was in perfect position, wasn't he, the touch? He's standing right there, not far forward, but forward enough to be called back. A couple of times there now. The Cowboys have caught the Knights short on both edges.
Back the weight off Newcastle point. Behind both feet, get your fullback.
Certainly some enterprising play there from the Cowboys as O'Davis stepping. 3 Cowboys to bring him to ground. Southern one of them, Miles another, and Hannay. Here's an opportunity, straight through. Defence, the fullback is only one back there in defence, and Ennis, who had an outstanding game last week against Parramatta, has cut them open early. He only had Sorbello to beat, who made the tackle. Now they go wide with long ball. The pass comes from Riley Brown. Quinn on the far side, good defence there. Josh Hannay with the tackle, inside the 20. Ennis again. Paul popped out the back to Fitzgerald. Now Witt spins around. And they're 10 metres away from the goal line. Newcastle on the attack. Kurt Gidley. Does he kick? Does he run? He goes himself. Offloads to O'Davis, who scores the try. Robbie O'Davis was charging through for the kick and literally had to stop and wait for Kurt Gidley to catch up and scores the first try of the night. But it all goes back to the break made by Michael Ennis.
Yeah, Michael Ennis threw a dummy inside his own half and he took the ball up just inside the Cowboys' 30-metre line. Michael Innes just too quick for Kevin Campion there. Tried to step inside the fullback Sorbello. Slowed him down enough for the the Cowboys' defence to get there. But then 2 tackles later, Kurt Gidley uses a dummy and a bit of speed to get through a little hole. And we spoke about that man before the game, Robbie O'Davis, very important man tonight for the Knights. Good support player, always knows where to be in the right spot all the time.
He literally had to wait for it, didn't he? Robbie O'Davis, what a return for him. 77 career tries, and it has been a wonderful career for Robbie O'Davis. That experience factor tonight when you consider so many players are out for Newcastle. Is Kurt Gidley almost in line with the left-hand upright. He gave the final pass. He has the opportunity to give the Knights the perfect start, and he does so. 6 points to nil. Just looking for the Newcastle bench fans here in Townsville. 6 minutes gone, the Knights lead by 6, and here it is again.
Yeah, Kurt Gidley just able to throw the dummy and just get out. Robbie O'Davis waiting there for the ball. He thought he'd gone through the hole, Kurt Gidley. That's why he was backing up so quick. The Cowboys just able to get a hand on him and slow him down, but he was classy enough to get the ball away.
Led Parramatta by 10 at half-time last week. Newcastle got a run down. Can the Cowboys answer quickly? Important set here for Newcastle, as they all are, after a try to see if they can control it and get it down the other end. The Cowboys will be keen to force the turnover as Jensen is the last man off in the tackle. Here's Woolnough at McDonald. He makes the tackle around the legs. And over the top was Southern on debut. 22-year-old, Adepto Jr. getting his opportunity tonight. It's Ennis. Woolnough. Offside call came from somewhere. I think it may have been wishful thinking from the Newcastle bench. Here's Gidley. That's from inside his 40, but it's not near touch. Sorbello straight under it. And falls as he comes to the defence. Sweeney. Ennis with the tackle, also Clint Newton in there. Carmine coming in a little bit late. Campion, Shepherd, Jensen. Certainly playing an expansive game tonight, the Cowboys. Throwing the ball around. McWilliams. Fitzgerald.
And it's something that they shouldn't go away with. They've had some success already in the early parts of the game. They shouldn't go away from it. They should keep attacking the edges of the Newcastle side's defence.
Southern will play it on the last 35 out. Shepherd putting it high. O'Davis looking at Hall. O'Davis will take it. Tried to spin, but Sweeney had him covered. Craig Hall has been terrific for Newcastle this year, running out of acting half. He's covered there by McDonald. Here's Carmon. Standing also last week against Parramatta. Forced back in the tackle there, and a good one from Rod Jensen, former Canberra Raider. Here's Quinn from the other wing. Going to try and ease the pressure on the forwards. Craig Hall, problem with his right shoulder is Quinn's lost the football. Is this the error the Cowboys were searching for?
Yeah, he was looking towards the touch judge there to see. I don't think he was too confident of the ball being knocked out there. Had his head down when he looked over at the touch judge sheepishly. Just a clean drop.
Keep your feet back, bend easy. Get in between both feet.
This is O'Donnell. Inside to Miles. There was half a gap. It was closed very quickly there by Andrew Price. And Shepherd, Sorbello inside to Jensen. Price again there to make the tackle. 10 metres out from the goal line. McWilliams, Shepherd. McDonald goes inside. Rahihi. Here's the decoy. Shepherd taking the tackle. Quick play the ball. They go left from Miles. Now O'Donnell. Can he get his arms free as Miles wrapped around? They regroup the Knights. McWilliams inside. It comes to Miles. Sorbello is coming. He couldn't get his arms free. That's the goal line. A metre away on the last tackle. Shepherd, will he kick? He does. It's off course. Wasn't right out. No, says the referee. Somehow he gets it away. Back to Miles. Now Sorbello. It's still the last tackle. He needs to kick or pass. Tapped away by O'Donnell. Now he gets it. Now he straightens. Looking to offload. Rahihi gets boot to ball. And O'Davis has it covered. McDonald with a tackle. and brings him to ground 5 metres out.
Well, probably not the man you wanted to kick the ball at the end of the 5th tackle there, Paul Rahihi, but it worked. He got it to Robbie Davis, and now the Cowboys can muscle up and try and hold the Knights down this end of the field, make them get a good kick away.
Quinn running around. Davis gave him the pass and finally goes forward. The Knights defence holding at the occasion. The Cowboys had their best opportunity so far to put points on the board. Ennis with the ball, away from Sweeney, away from Jensen, bounces away from Campion, who comes with Shepherd to bring him to ground. Just short of halfway, Kevin Campion called offside, so he stops and Gidley gets the kick away over the head of Bowen, who touches it, placing everyone on side, but Gidley was chasing through and did that anyway. Now Sorbello, solid tackle. There's Jamie Fitzgerald. Hene almost through. Had Shepherd on his outside. Carmont came up with a tackle. They were looking for the penalty. The referee said no, and Jensen takes it forward. Shepherd. Good tackle made by Ennis. Carmont was over the top. This is McDonald. Rahihi with him. Gets the ball. That's straight away. Is that Fitzgerald again? And the offload on the outside was intercepted by the Knights. But once again, Jamie Fitzgerald putting a big hit this time on Rahihi.
Yeah, it's not many times you see Rahihi stopped in his tracks like that there and still tried to offload the ball and popped up, and Josh Perry has taken it away for the Knights.
Steve Rich lost it forward. And now the Cowboys come up with possession. The defence up very quickly on him. He never had control of the football as O'Donnell picks up some easy meters up towards the halfway line. Campion, the crowd looking for a penalty, and here it comes. Inside 10 metres, the Newcastle Knights.
Well, look at least 3 or 4 Newcastle players there inside the 10 after that good run by Luke O'Donnell, put them on their back feet.
This is McDonald. Up towards the 20. Now, Southern takes it forward. Fitzgerald in there again with the tackle. Very busy in the early stages, Miles. Inside to O'Donnell. Price is there to bring him to ground. Just a couple of metres short. Fitzgerald coming into late to wrap it up. Now comes from Shepherd. Rahihi throwing the dummy. Offloading. Ball on the ground. Shepherd has it. They've lost about 10, 15 metres. And Shepherd has tackled about 18 out from the goal line. Here's Jensen. Sorbello with him. Out to Sweeney. Sweeney for the corner. The defence is there and throws him with a touch. That was the front rower making the tackle. I think Josh Perry coming up with a try saver. The Cowboys throwing everything at the moment at Newcastle, but the Knights defence is holding.
Yeah, lovely little ball there from Daniel Sorbello that put Sweeney into a hole or into some space. He had plenty of work to do. There was a number of the Knights coming across in defence. You're right, Josh Perry was one, Robbie Davis and George Carmont all there.
Come on, he's got to get his head down, boys. What's that?
So Newcastle almost lost that Craig Hall. He was able to regather the football. Ennis. Quick play the ball. Fitzgerald get into acting half and finds Price. Good tackle there from Miles over the top, roughing the football up. O'Donnell was around the legs. Woolno. O'Donnell in there with McWilliams. Some good defence there from the Cowboys. This is Clint Newton. He puts the head down. No way through there. He and Campion. Last tackle. Now kick from inside their 30. Willow. No, Kidley just gets outside the 30 and just gets it away. Southern and Campion collided as they charged it down. Sorbello returning the football with a little bit of interest. And Davis makes the tackle on the 40.
He's right on his feet, isn't he? Sorbello, he's had a big game so far in the early 15 minutes.
There's possession again. Rahihi through one tackle. Perry couldn't get away from Price. There's Campion. McDonald's on his inside. He goes himself and loses the football. Maybe the man on his inside, Jamie McDonald, was just a distraction. Time off. Kevin Campion with blood coming from the head again.
Newcastle might be in front 6-0, but it's been all the Cowboys. Field position-wise, they've been dominating that area of the game.
Have another look at it after this scrum. He's all right to pack this one. All right, let's bend easy, boys.
Andrew Price was down on the ground receiving treatment. Campion was as well for cramp. That or hamstring
I want
strain.
it behind both your feet, so tuck that one behind that one. That is the push. No. Just bend easy. Off you go. Ball's out. That's right. Come off there.
Come on.
There's one.
Swanee with the tackle in the end. And Hall, here's Carmon again. Over the 30. Clinton Newton. Almost through. Campion around here. He combined to bring him to ground. Ennis. Woolno keeping the ball very tight at the moment, Newcastle, as they work it forward. Last tackle. Here's Gidley with a kick again. It's a high one. Sorbello is under it. He takes it very well. As Gidley was charging through. In fact, though, Davis was charging through with Ennis. It was a high kick, but Sorbello never looked in danger of losing that one.
No, he's been impressive, hasn't he? Daniel Sorbello. Been very good bringing the ball back from Kurt Gidley's long kicks. And he looks safe under the high ball.
McWilliams towards the 40. 3 Knights in there. Fitzgerald, who's been very busy.
Fitzgerald right involved.
Another penalty. Jamie Fitzgerald, the man penalised, leaping high to make the tackle.
I think you could see Paul Rahihi. He was going to get the ball. He wanted to get up on him quick. You don't want Rahihi to get a big steam of head up and take the defensive line if you're going backwards. Fitzgerald just a bit too anxious to get out of the line.
McDonald over the 30. Another opportunity here for the Cowboys. They've been down this end of the field plenty of times, but so far they've come away with nothing. There's a good run from Luke O'Donnell. 70% of the game down this end of the field. Shepherd straight through and scores. 3 missed tackles in 1 movement, and finally the weight of field position pays dividends for the Cowboys, and Chris Shepherd scores to bring them back within 2.
We said they'd had all the field position they have, and they had to take advantage of it. Chris Shepherd there throwing the dummy, having enough speed to slice through the front line defence of the Knights, and then not much Robbie O'Davis could do there. Just stepped off the right foot. Robbie O standing on his try line, not much he could do to stop him there. Marcus not chasing hard enough. Adam Woolno. Clinton Newton a bit wide too, standing a bit wide. There was a hole created. Chris Shepherd just had to take it.
I think Robbie O'Davis was surprised to see him get that far. Their defence had held so well the first 18 minutes of the game. A couple of missed tackles there. And as I mentioned, 70% of the game so far has been in Newcastle's end of the field. So it's no wonder that finally the Cowboys were able to put some points on the board. Here's Josh Hannah. To level it up halfway through the first half. Little trouble from such close range, and so the Cowboys level it at 6-all. 21 minutes of play remaining until half-time. Kevin Campion is having the head bandaged in back way. There's the debutant, Steve Southern, 22-year-old from Dapto, with the Dragons.
One of the big reasons too that this Knights side are struggling to get out of their own end. Cowboys are putting plenty of chase, plenty of pressure on Kurt Gidley's kicking game. He's not finding the ground. Daniel Sorbello has been positioned beautifully, and he's been able to bring the ball back into the Newcastle half off nearly every kick.
There's the first change for the night. Mitchell Sargent is on. Let's see who he's replaced. Paul Rahihi is on the bench for the Cowboys. McWilliams thought about getting up and running again. The referee called second tackle. Southern with another penalty. Nelly Steve Lyons is watching the Knights very closely. McDonald hit the solid tackle by Andrew Price.
Square markers.
They get up towards the halfway line. Campion had to reach for that. Shepherd, long ball to Sorbello. Has Jensen with him, has Sweeney on his outside now. Accelerates, Carmont there to make the tackle with Craig Hall. Last here for the Cowboys. So they get a kick in. That was charged down, was it? No, not played out, says the referee. Last tackle still. Gidley was said not to have played at it. Which was interesting because he was running towards the man and turned his back. I'm sure the Cowboys...
There's no way he played at that ball. He did turn his back on the kick. Sweeney ended up getting one down the field. So Knights bring it just short of their 40-metre line on tackle 2.
All in front of Steve Lyons there. The Cowboys. Jamie McDonald was about a metre in front of him, right next to the referee. He's still standing in front of him. A couple of changes about to be made by Newcastle. Woolno offloading, ball on the ground. Newton picks it up to Gidley. Now Wick with the dummy. Sweeney had gone in to make the tackle, leaving Craig Hall unmarked on the wing. Now they've got numbers down the short side. Ennis, can he break the tackle? He can't. He's free there. Carmont and Hall, though, have little room. Here's the last tackle. 2 changes made at once by Newcastle. Here's the kick from Gidley. Brendan Bowen's under it. Here comes Quinn. He takes it magnificently, though, Brendan Bowen. But Quinn does well to force him back in the in-goal area. Well, the North Queensland Cowboys players didn't react quickly enough to give Brendan Bowen some support, and they'll pay for it with a goal line dropout.
Yeah, terrific chase there by Anthony Quinn. I'm not sure if he was onside, and Steve Lyons asked his touch judge just that as the ball was in the air. Terrific chase and a good tackle.
Matthew Kennedy and Regan Tanner on from Newcastle. Steve Lyons just explaining that the momentum was with Anthony Quinn. Great take by Bowen, but I just thought the Knights players reacted a little bit slowly to try and get behind him and help him stay in the field to play. Hannay. It's a big kick, 50 on the fly. Straight to Robbie O, who finds Matthew Kennedy. His first hit up of the night. This is Regan Tanner. 6 over score. Can Newcastle hit back now? There's Perry. Shane Tronk on the field for the Cowboys and 17 making the tackle. Redcliffe Dolphins player of the year last year. Tackle there by Sweeney and Robbie Davis coming in off the wing. Now Carmont. A good hit there from Southern. Williams into assist. Here's the last again. Gidley running to the line. Kicking the ball on the ground. Bowen's there again. Can he get it back in the field of play? No. Another goal line dropout. How long can the Cowboys hold?
He did well there, Kirk Gidley. Ran to the line. Not an easy job to get it through all those legs there. Brenton Bowen had dropped back for that kick. But again, the Knights chase very good. And they've held Bowen up, and another set of 6 for the Knights.
Third best defence in the NRL, the Cowboys. They have certainly turned that around since the arrival of Graham Murray. And at the moment, they need to be at their best because Newcastle, with a 3rd consecutive set. Davis at acting half. Now Matthew Kennedy.
David. Played right foot.
Ennis. Gidley. This is Robbie Davis. Showing it to Carmont. He won't reach to stay in the field to play. Great tackle. Rod Jensen. And there's the improved Cowboys defence on show.
A couple of big tackles on this right-hand side. Rod Jensen, great show of strength there to get Robbie Davis, who was 10 metres infield when he took that ball.
Second rows. Second rows in. Ease the weight off until the ball's in. I want you to bend nice and easy. Bend easy. Behind both feet it's got to go.
Neil Sweeney, the other one, coming up with an important tackle in that previous set of 6 on this right-hand side as he takes the ball forward from the scrum.
Steve Southern coming from the field. David Kaumu is coming on. He made his debut a couple of weeks back against the Panthers. There's Southern. So some young players being blooded here by Graham Murray. Shane Tronk is playing just his 3rd first-grade game. Bowen out of acting half. Ennis with the tackle. Showed plenty of zip. Now Shepherd inside the trunk. There's a big man taken to ground by Regan Tanner. Last here for the Cowboys, Shepherd thought about passing, decides to kick for the corner. Ball is back there, and what a great chase here from the Cowboys. Well, the tackle missed by Sorvello, but Jensen was able to tidy up. No one on the blind side, and so racing away, Robbie O'Davis showing his experience. Jensen coming again, and Faumu penalised for the flop.
Good awareness there by Robbie O'Davis. No one down the blind side for the Cowboys then. Stole an easy 10 metres. Was able to come up with a penalty.
Perry.
Just hold on to him for a sec.
It's the halfway line. This is Matthew Kennedy. He's through the tackle. Mitchell Sargent, who may have been penalised. The referee said no. It's the Newcastle player. Was it full? Gidley. Kicking. Here's the chase from Witt. Also there is Riley Brown. Who's picked it up? Steve Witt. I don't think he's got it down. It's touch and go. He never had control of it. Or was it not dead? He was not dead by the Cowboys.
Yeah, clever little kick by Kurt Gidley. All the defence up in the line. Brent Bowen up. Did well, Steve went to pick it up. Now he's lost the ball. He's lost the ball. It's a knock on by Steve Witt.
Scrum or 22, Stoney?
Didn't look like there was any chance to get the ball there.
Nick Stone's having a look at it.
Steve Witt's lost the ball forward.
And Michael Stone has told Stephen Lyons that that was the case.
The box, mate. He's had a look. No. Might be nice play first before the goal line. Right, so we'll have a scrum here. Cowboys feed. Steve, mate, this. It's better we get it right. Sorry. Well, I already said a touchdown's called it.
Better result than a line drop out.
Oh, here, mate. In behind both of them. Hold it! Ball's out!
Hannah. The Cowboys survived there, but it was danger signs. Gidley into the line. Campion offloading to O'Donnell. Back to Campion. Craig Hall coming in off the left wing to make the tackle and then giving away a penalty. So both sides being guilty of giving away penalties when they've had the opposition camped in their own end of the field. So the Cowboys get up to the halfway line. This is Sargent. Shepherd. Faumu. Crossfield, but pushed away from Tanner. Then just throws it out the back. Luckily, O'Donnell was there. And he takes it forward. Matthew Kennedy in there to make the tackle. With Perry. Will there be a penalty? There it is. Hannah will attempt a shot at goal to put the Cowboys in front.
Matthew Kennedy just hanging on too long. Actually tried to lever himself and pull himself up off the Cowboys player. All that did was drag him back to the ground.
He always had hold of the jumper. If he would have released the jumper straight away. So Hannah from right in front, maybe just in line with the left-hand upright. Here it is again. You can see him holding the top of the jumper there, not letting go, not letting go. Still having hold of the jumper. And even though O'Donnell may have milked it a little bit, he was able to get the penalty because the man still had hold of the jumper. 71% success rate for Josh Hannah. Newcastle trainers being told to stand still. They're both running around in front of the goalposts. You just see the fluorescent lime green shirt of one of the trainers who's about to come back in front of the goalpost. Here he comes again, standing right in the middle of the goalpost. Coming up to the man in front to talk to him. It doesn't put Josh Hannah off, but Steve Lyons is going to talk to him. Here comes Steve Lyons to talk to him.
When he's having a kick, don't you move any finals, you get no one, right?
Billy Peet, his Newcastle trainer, trying to put Josh Hannah off. Bit of movement, bit of talk in front of the goal kicker there. I wonder if he missed whether Steve Lyons would have given him another shot at goal.
Which he would have. Here's the deep kick. Almost over the dead ball line, but Shepherd takes it and finds Sargent. 8 points to 6. North Queensland over Newcastle. And there he is, Billy Peden, sitting next to Mark Sargent.
They're coming.
Williams out of acting half. Shepherd dummying to Sorbello. Inside to Miles. Tackle being made by Kevin Henderson, making his debut for Newcastle. Brother of Ian Henderson, South Junior, 23 years of age. Aaron Payne about to come on. Here's the kick from Shepherd from inside his half. Is it out on the full? No! It bounced, what, about 20 centimetres in from the touchline and almost stayed in.
Yeah, I think Chris Shepherd thought that ball was out in the full. They come off the side of his foot a little bit. Eyed it right to the last second.
Michael, if you're going to back into the line, make sure you come all the way back, all right? There you just keep coming back, you know where it is. Bend easy, get it behind both feet. Put your feet back, Paul.
Great ball. They've been breaking from the scrum to assist Rod Jensen in the tackle. Henderson at acting half. Josh Perry coming off. Adam Mulno coming on. Change made for Newcastle. That's their 5th interchange. This is Clint Newton. Jensen being very strong defensively tonight for North Queensland. Hall, another hit up for him. He's nearly leading the hit ups for Newcastle. This is Matthew Kennedy. And from inside their 40 again. Now Ennis will kick from acting half. Brenton Bowen has it covered. Takes it on the full 10 out from his own line. Good chase though from Newcastle. There's no way through, and they've knocked the ball clean. Can they get a pass away? Kennedy couldn't. That was a try saver by Sorbello, and Bowen is still sick in back play. Here's an opportunity. Riley Brown towards the line. They're all offside. Referee playing advantage. Now Campion slowing it down, showing his experience. Gidley, long ball. They've got numbers. Great tackle, Josh Hannay. And in the end, Newcastle have come up with nothing, and Michael Ennis in trouble for the Knights in back play. Brenton Bowen's to his feet.
Yeah, that was a big hit by Michael Ennis on Brenton Bowen that forced that drop ball. But Newcastle then had the numbers on both sides. It didn't matter which way they went. They just weren't deep enough to take advantage of it. Great tackle by Josh Hannay.
Saving a try there because there was 2 men on the outside. Golden opportunity wasted there for Newcastle, but great defence again. Aaron Payne out of acting half into open space. Robbie O with a great tackle, and then the flop where he can turn up. Penalty.
Against you, Holden there. Robbie. Right, we've had a couple of penalties for 10 metres. All right, you've cleaned that up. Now there's a little bit of holding down. I think it's the same bloke. It's down here when you're under a bit of pressure. Right, I don't want any more penalties for half time. We better have a chat to him.
Michael Ennis receiving treatment. Quick tap taken by the Cowboys. You don't often see that from them. And Trott is tackled inside the 20. Will it prove fruitful for them? Shepherd, Sargent ball on the inside. 10 metres out from the goal line. Payne, Rauhihi, straight at Gidley, and also Newton who made the tackle. Kennedy was in there too. Shepherd, long ball to Miles, inside to O'Donnell. Ball on the ground, not played out, says the referee. Shepherd back, tidies up, he's lost it. That should be 6 to go, or did it go forward? I thought it was knocked backwards by Newcastle after it was knocked back by the Cowboys.
Yeah, look, I don't know what happened there. Shepherd picked the ball up, dropped it backwards.
I don't think it was ever knocked on by Shepherd. I think he flicked it out the back, and it was a Newcastle hand that knocked it back towards his own side. So a little bit of luck there for Newcastle. But they were under pressure there, the Cowboys, trying to force the pass. Davis just got a little bit excited.
Yeah, both sides have been penalised a number of times now for holding down. Steve Lyons is keeping the sides apart. They're just trying to slow the pace of the game down. It has been a quick game, and it's been a big 10 metres.
Wilno offloading there to Ennis, who's recovered. Gidley out the back to nobody. David Miles has lost it, 6 to go. There's a bit of luck for Newcastle. Luckily, Jamie Fitzgerald was able to dive on it. Turner. This is Matthew Kennedy to the halfway line and beyond it. Shane Trunk over the top. Shepherd was around the legs. Payne was a mile offside. No penalty. Called out of it. I think Newcastle would have appreciated the penalty. Now Gidley. Wilmo. Almost through. Wilmo with the tackle. Gidley with the kick. Here comes Craig Hall. Can he keep it in? Kicked out by the Cowboys, but for mine. Well, the touch judge said he didn't play at it.
How didn't he play at it?
Well, he
it was kicked at the last minute by Hall. He was going in to play at it. It's just that Hall got to it first.
Well, you just said he was going in to play at it, so therefore he's playing at
on
it.
the tackles. Behind both feet. Off you go. Square up. Ball's out. No, ball's out.
The referee said ball was out, so the Knights were able to break.
10-10.
Good call by the touch judge.
Oh, that pass was close to being forward. Jensen takes it. 4.5 to go. This is the time of the game where we so often see a try just before half-time. That'll be the case tonight. Penalty. Sin bin, is it?
10 minutes.
Matthew Kennedy in the bin for 10. We'd warned Robbie Davis that Regan Tanner was causing the problems, and here comes Robbie O.
Just wait those off, mate.
Davis is going to talk to the referee.
We just have a look at the swing.
I can't give leniency, mate. I spoke to you up there. We've had penalties there. I just warned you up there. It's a simple tackle. He could have rolled off. But you guys are slowing it down, right? You leave me no choice but to bin the black. All right, Robbie? Well, mate, I'm not giving leniency. It's the same for both sides. Get him off, mate.
He's admitted the guilt, hasn't he? We need more time. Have they found touch? They haven't. Oh, he had his foot on the touchline. The referee says play on. The touch judge has the flag up. He must have had the foot on the touchline because the touch judge has ruled that it's a free kick. Sargent. Well, then Jamie Fitzgerald's come in late for the flop again. Nothing not to be penalised. Trent, they're down to 12. Can they score before half-time? They play about 6 minutes of the second half with 12 also the Knights. Here's Miles, O'Donnell. The Cowboys up by 2. 5 short of the goal line. Payne almost got away from Wilmo. He made a tackle. If he did, he was over the goal line. O'Donnell acting home. Shepherd. Rahihi trying to back through the defence. Throws it out the back. And Carmon has come up with it. I'm not sure whether that was the play.
No, that was desperation play, and it wasn't what was needed from the Cowboys. I've got no doubt that they would have come up with a 4-pointer if they had have hung onto the ball then. 3 minutes to go. A big let-off for the Knights, but they've come up with their own mistake.
Robbie Davis going to acting half.
Your ball from your hands will went straight down, Robbie.
Mistakes starting to creep into the game. The completion rate's not great for either side. Both sets of forwards looking for a break. No one wants to pack the scrum. Steve Lyons is waiting for it. The Cowboys should be hurrying. They've got possession. The clock ticking down. Surely. Here's Miles. Now Hannah. Good tackle on this occasion. Anthony Quinn. O'Donnell. All the way through. He gets away from Quinn though. Can't get away from Fitzgerald. Sargent. it up. Miles throws it out the back to Sargent, who does very well to pick it up off his bootlaces. Then give a quick play the ball. Ordinary pass from Payne. Under pressure. Knock on Sorbello. But that was a very, in fact, it was Faumu. That was a very, very poor pass from the acting half position after they'd done so well. Just a little hand there, and then he's knocked it on again.
Yeah, again, they had the Knights short on either side. They could have picked either side to go to. It was panic stations, the Cowboys.
Knock on at the base of the scrum by Kurt Gidley. Become a mistake-a-thon. Now Rahihi's come out of the scrum to go first receiver.
Stay behind your scrum. Heads in, I'll tell you when it's out. Ball's out.
Now here's Rahihi. He deliberately went out there, pushed away from Brown, who comes again to make the tackle with Henderson. They're only a couple of metres out from the goal line inside the final minute. Sargent, long ball, straight up. He makes the tackle. They've only got two players outside the uprights here, the Newcastle Knights. Can the Cowboys get it out there to kick? They're queuing up. Sweeney leaps high and scores the try. They were queuing up to take the football. Neil Sweeney was the man that took the ball from the kick from Chris Shepherd, and it came from the mistake at the base of the scrum. And Newcastle have paid the ultimate price, 12-6 with a kick to come.
Yeah, look, smart play there by Chris Shepherd. Again, the Cowboys' attack was too flat. He couldn't get a pass, even though they did have the numbers on the Knights players. Very smart play just to lob it over the defensive line. And as you said, there was any number of Cowboys that could have taken that ball. Rod Jensen, Sweeney out on the right-hand side, but it all came from that mistake from Kurt Gidley at the scrum.
What a time to score it. Josh Hannay moving the advertising signs to try and get an opportunity to convert the try. What a time to score it. Kurt Gidley making the error. They just lost the ball twice inside their own 30 in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the first half. The Newcastle Knights, they could have so easily been down the other end of the field. Michael Hagan is in Brisbane with the Queensland State of Origin side, so he is not here. I'm sure he'll be watching. Craig Miller, his assistant in charge tonight. He's got some work to do at half-time because they've still got 12 men for the next 6 minutes. Matthew Kennedy, the man in the sin bin. Penalty count 6-2 to the Cowboys. Hannay from touch. It's on his preferred side. It's a great shot to tell you what lies ahead of him. And he'll be able to follow it home. The Cowboys fans will be able to ride it home. Hannay. From touch. Will it come back? It won't. Steve Lyons tells us no, and so at half-time, the North Queensland Cowboys have scored 12 unanswered points to lead by 12 points to 6.
Yeah, the Newcastle, the Cowboys have dominated field position. It took them until the last minute to really take advantage of it, and the Knights have got plenty of work to do in the second half if they're to get back into this game.
We will take a break here from Dairy Farmers Stadium as the Newcastle Knights players shake their head and head to the tunnel. It is the Paul Rahihi-led North Queensland Cowboys who lead by 12 points to 6. A break and back with more. All is in readiness for the second half, and we're underway with Kurt Gidley. Restarting play, and the Cowboys having first use of the football. Mitchell Sargent bringing it forward. There's Anthony Quinn making the tackle again. He gives through some work for a winger. The Cowboys leading by 6. They've only won once at home so far this season, 1 from 5. Not a great home record, and one they're looking to try and improve, particularly if they want to force their way into the top 8. They have to win more games at home. An ordinary ball from Shepherd, but picked up by Rod Jensen. And he almost got through the tackle of Carmont, and luckily for Carmont, Gidley was there to tidy up.
Lucky for the Knights too that Jensen didn't see Sweeney on his outside. He was unmarked.
Here's Payne with the kick. It's away from Robbio. He's got some work to do. Great chase from the Cowboys. And he does very well to get back into the field of play. He just made it. Craig Hall does well to pick up a few metres.
That's a great start, isn't it, by the Cowboys? Was a loose pass, but Rod Jensen's able to scoop on it. Great kick and chase there.
Some solid defence. That's Henderson. Fitzgerald Tronk in there with Rauhihi to make the tackle. This is Regan Tanner. Last tackle, they kick from inside their 30. Ennis had to race away looking for a 30-20. Not a good bounce for him. Brenton Bowen had it covered, but in the end, for a man that was under pressure at acting half, it was a tremendous kick.
Yeah, he had the markers working hard at him. He had to get on the outside of them. Not much room to work with the kick either. Able to keep it in play. Unlucky for the Knights, who didn't take a bounce to the right-hand side.
Go right early here, the Cowboys. Baumu, tackle, 10 short of the halfway line. Steve Witt not out there for Newcastle. He has an elbow problem. Jensic has played strongly tonight as tackle. Clint Newton, quick play the ball. Shepherd to Tronk. Free, thought about passing, took the tackle. Last here for the Cowboys. Shepherd puts the ball high. Robbie O'Davis is there, so too Henderson. Henderson stood his ground and took it well. Under pressure from Hannay, and Miles coming in to assist. Quinn. So 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the sin bin for Matthew Kennedy. They need to hold on here, the Newcastle Knights, until they get back to their full 13. Of course, the game could be gone for them if the Cowboys score. Again, they're getting the ball. Fulmer. Trump with the tackle with Rauhihi again. Here's the kick from Gidley, deep inside his 30. Straight to Sorbello once again on his 20. A much better chase here by the Knights. Brenton Bowen back across field looking for somewhere to get through, and Regan Tanner coming up with the tackle. There's Ben Morrison. Suffered that neck injury last week against the Dragons. What a blow for him. Let's see. He would love to be out there enjoying it at the moment. They lead by 6. O'Donnell, ball back to Miles. To the 30. Payne. Ball to Sargent. Off the leg, says the referee, but it doesn't matter because Newcastle able to come up with possession through Fitzgerald. Matthew Kennedy waiting in the tunnel. He's only got a couple of minutes more to wait. There's an offload. Chance here to get numbers. Carmot Sweeney has done very well again.
Another big tackle by Sweeney. He made a number of tackles like that in the first half, coming in off his wing. Had to shut down Carmont then with another Newcastle man outside him.
Wilmo driving through, but no one there for support. Robbie O'Davis coming a fraction late. Last tackle, Gidley. Putting the ball behind the defence. Bowen has it covered. He's in the in-goal. Here's Gidley. Can he get it back? He does, only just. And Quinn lucky not to be penalised for coming in for the flop. We heard the referee say benefit of the doubt. And Sorbello is tackled now.
Gee, he's good at chasing his own kicks, Kurt Gidley. Haven't seen it too many times tonight. They just haven't been down this end of the field to put the ball in the in-goal area.
Here's Tronk. Here's Kennedy coming back from the sin bin. Penalty again. Wilmo shakes the head. Kennedy just back. Tronk was the man taking it forward. Wilmo was the man that was penalised. Now Rauhihi. It's 7-2 now, the penalty count to the Cowboys. Sargent able to offload to Miles, cuts out O'Donnell, finds Hannay. Bowen comes back on the inside. There's tackled there by Quinn. Penalty. Riley Brown.
What I say, Dave? What I say, mate? Sorry?
Well, 8-2 now.
Yeah, they just, Riley Brown on the ground there. Anthony Quinn making the tackle around the legs. He did fall on the player.
Quick tap taken by Shepherd. Interesting one there. 12-6, 14-6 on offer, but declined here from the Cowboys, who feel as though they're not far away from 6 points. Payne cutting out a man, finding Shepherd. Cervello with the ball, drops it. Jensen was in front. I think he was worried about being penalised for an obstruction.
Yeah, just a bit indecisive, wasn't he? Cervello. I think he looked like he wanted to stop, then decided to take off again, but by that time he'd taken his eyes off the ball.
Gidley. This time the managers to get the ball to Riley Brown. They've got some work to do to get out of their own end here, the Knights. The defence muscling up, Southern back for the Cowboys. And Sargent making the tackle, and there's a big hit.
Luke O'Donnell.
Ball free, the referee says it went back. There's Luke O'Donnell. He's been strong tonight. Here's Fitzgerald. Tackle number 4, and they're only about 23 out from their own goal line. Gidley, so they're going to go wide. Clint Newton to Carmont. Straightens. Last tackle. Kurt Gidley now. From inside his 40. It's between the winger and fullback. Cowboys bounce though. Cervello running onto it. Gidley down their first man again. Penalty again.
Mate. I don't need you, mate. I don't need you, Paul. Mate, listen. That's against you for a flop, all right? I've done this with you. Robbie, that's 3 penalties, mate, at 8 minutes into the second half. I'm not going to go down the same path as the first half. Right, mate? You had him tackled there. There's no need for him to come in. All it's doing is slowing it down. You had him. All right? Talk to you, boys. I'll give you a second. I'm not going to go down the same road as the first half. All right? Let them know. Tom.
Sometimes when you've committed yourself to the tackle, which obviously Craig Hall had there, it's very hard to pull out of it, even if the player is going to ground. So, look, very hard to say whether he's being fair with those, because he has picked them up on both sides, but Newcastle being guilty of more. They can't keep giving the Cowboys free shots. They will come up with a try in the end.
Almost into the gap. Clint Newton just grabbed on. Here's Payne, now Sargent. Round 2, the penalty count. Possession favouring the Cowboys, as is the scoreboard. Miles, Cervello, quick hands to Brenton Bowen. There was no room whatsoever for him to do anything. Took the tackle there of Henderson. Now O'Donnell bounces away from one, still going, almost was able to offload the ball to Southern on his outside. Last tackle, Payne with the kick, it's off bodies. Well, Payne dragged the Newcastle player away from the ball before he had it and could easily have been penalised. And wouldn't the Knights have loved it? Now Robbie O trying to lead from the front.
The attacking kick will become increasingly attractive for both sides. Both sides struggling to get the ball over the line when they do get down this end. I think we'll see Chris Shepherd, Kurt Gidley. We've already seen Shepherd come up with a try from an attacking kick. I think they'll keep trying that.
Round tackle, 10 short of halfway. Josh Perry getting ready to come back on. Gidley, that's charged down. Will be play on because the Cowboys have come up with it, and Kurt Gidley's hurt himself in the action of taking the kick. You can see him just limping there in back play as Hannay. Once again, the Cowboys have good field position.
Yeah, apart from being strong in defence, the Cowboys, they have put plenty of pressure on Kurt Gidley's kicking game.
O'Donnell backing through the first tackle of Fitzgerald, but not the second. And Carmont slow to release the tackle player. The referee speaks to him. Now Cervello inside to Jensen. Taking the ground straight away. Rauhihi. Wilno with the tackle, ball out the back. Bounced nicely for Shepherd. Now Miles into half a gap. He tried to pass and lost the football.
Brought his arm over. And a tackle, mate. It's just unlucky, mate.
Yeah, that's just poor ball security. Chris Shepherd trying to say to Steve Lyons there that the ball was knocked out. But Miles looking to offload the ball there and just come up with a spilt ball under the pressure of the tackle.
It's all good. Just bend both ways, mate, everywhere. Bend easy. Let him get his hand, boys. Hold there. Ball's out.
The Knights are under enormous pressure at the moment. They just need some football, and they need to get over the halfway line. This is Hall. Cowboys Kevin Campion about to come back on. Newcastle make their 9th interchange. Was that upside down 6? No, it's the 6th. I thought it was a 9, but it was an upside down 6. Rahihi play on. He's going to sprint away and score. The referee surely will check the video. Davis goes and Rahihi, the captain for the night, has stolen the try. The Cowboys 16, Newcastle 6. The night gets worse for the Knights.
Well, not very often Paul Rahihi will run 40 metres for a try. Found himself with the ball. The Knights' defence, as we see Matthew Kennedy have the ball ripped out of his hands. Steve Lyons has called that a one-on-one steal.
He wasn't held, able to get up and run. Rahihi was the only one in there, even though Sargent had made the initial tackle. They rule that's still a one-on-one, even though 2 men were involved in making the tackle, I suppose, in the end.
I've seen plenty of players pulled up for that in the past. Someone breaks out of a tackle, and then the next player strips the ball and he's penalised.
Kevin Campion about to come back, as I mentioned before. Is that the try that breaks the game? Here's Hannah. Now 13 metres out, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Knights players took forever to react. And there's Hannah with that in an extra 2. It's now 18-6, 27 to go. And here it is. He breaks the tackle of Sargent. Rahihi comes in. And he was getting ready to try and get to his feet to play the ball. You have to ask the question, was the tackle completed there? The referee said no. That's the one that counts. The Newcastle players, and I'm sure the Newcastle fans will argue that Rahihi, by placing a hand on the man on the ground, was completed.
Yeah, even though he did break that tackle, I've seen it pulled up many times through this year where a player has broken through, but once he's come in contact with a defender, that second man is the second tackler in the tackle. So Steve Lyons said he broke through that when it answered the question as the Cowboys. Aaron Payne coming up with a mistake. How many times do we see that after a try scored, the side not getting to their 5th tackle?
They just need a good set here, don't they, the Knights?
Maybe keep your foot back until the ball's in behind both feet. I want it. Up, boys, let him in. He's a push.
There's a mistake. The ball just popping out the back. Very disappointed, Aaron Payne. Now here's a chance for Newcastle. Trailed by 2 converted tries. There's plenty of time left in the game. They just haven't been down this end of the field. Ennis. Payne with the tackle. And Kurt Gidley master here for the Newcastle side. Perry, McDonald with the tackle on him. O'Donnell there as well. Right in front of the goalpost. The ball's just come out and they've lost it. Looks like it's going to be one of those nights for Newcastle.
Error rate for both sides creeping up. 14 to the Cowboys, 10 to the Knights.
And easy. When you head down, get in behind both feet.
And at a time when the Knights really needed to come up with a 4-pointer. Needed to sustain pressure.
They're just not there, the one under pressure at the moment. They can't get out of that situation when they had the opportunity. And there's a mistake from Sargent. So the Cowboys leading by 18 points to 6. The next 2 times they've had the football, they've come up with 2 simple errors. Here's Quinn. Can he stay away from that touchline? They were trying to force him towards the touchline. Miles was in there, Southern, Hannay and Bowen. Henderson. Well, Miles is hurt. He's just slumped to the ground.
Marcy, get up, Marcy!
He's screaming at him to get up because they're one short in the defensive line. He does so to get back to the wing. Carmont running around with Newton. Sweeney has done very well again. He dropped off Carmont when he saw it was going to be a run around and tackled Clint Newton. This is tackle number 4. Carmont playing it. Now Gidley. Great tackle. Southern on debut with a big hit. Now Gidley kicking. The ball in the in-goal. Bowen knocks it over the dead ball line. And David Miles on his haunches in the in-goal area has the opportunity to get some treatment. What about this tackle?
Oh, look, fantastic tackle, wasn't it? Big hit.
Let's get the ball, boys.
Jamie Fitzgerald, Steve Southern on debut. Lined him up, drove him, and that's a couple of big defensive plays again. Luke Sweeney on the right-hand side came up with a big play there to stop George Carmont after Clint Newton after he did the run around with Carmont.
It's a big drop kick from Hannay, and so Perry brings it back. There's another solid tackle from Southern again. Quick play the ball. Fitzgerald up to the 20. Quite comfortably here for Newcastle. Ennis out of acting half, stepping around Southern on this occasion. Sorbello and Sargent with the tackle. Now Gidley, Davis on his inside, outside to Carmont. Shepherd is there with Campion, and also Jensen to make the tackle. They go the short side, Clint Newton's dropped it.
You can see what Kurt Gidley was trying to do there. Sweeney's been coming in and coming in and coming in. He tried to get that ball past Clint Newton. Sweeney was coming in onto Clint Newton to his outside man, Craig Hall. The ball hit Clint Newton and he couldn't hang on to it. But that's what Kurt Gidley has to do down that left-hand side. He has to bring Sweeney in and then hit his winger.
Sweeney did very well to take that ball. Behind him, but he was stumbling as he tried to correct himself to take it. O'Donnell, hasn't he been good tonight? 17 tackles and 16 hit-ups. McDonald. This is Brenton Bowen. Moving Tanner over the top. Campion. And Southern. Last here for the Cowboys, 30 out from their own line. Shepherd kicking from inside the 40. Davis has it covered. It's close to that touchline, but bounces nicely for Robbie O. It's a very good chase from the Cowboys. Paul. I need a spark here in Newcastle, someone to do something. Brown. He's lost the football, and so the Cowboys have come up with it. In fact, it was Kevin Henderson, not Riley Brown. And so a mistake from Newcastle means the Cowboys
Blood bin for Kevin Campion. Ooh, there's some of it too.
That's the same one, mate. That's a good one.
It's another cut.
That's one.
We're not going to clean that up. He does cut easily.
You need, mate. You need more than a towel on that, mate.
He wouldn't have much of a career as a boxer, would he? He cut himself getting into the ring.
Yeah, he'll have to come off the field. There's no chance that they're going to plug that up on the field. Shane Trump coming on.
Take him right out. Keep going. Send him back, Roy. Chris, send him back. There it is here. Tackle one.
So Shepherd, opportunity here for the Cowboys to put this game beyond doubt with 20 minutes remaining. They are really struggling, Newcastle. They led 6-0. They now trail 18-6. Solid tackle there.
Well, just like so many options in attack, don't they, Newcastle, with the players that they are missing, not just through injury, but through state of origin duty. A lot of pressure on Kurt Gidley's shoulders to carry the team in attack. They haven't had the field position. where they can take advantage of it, and they have struggled to get out of their own end.
Last tackle. Shepherd with the kick off the post. Here's Trott. He's picked it up and scored his first try in first grade.
Just can't see the grounding, mate. I saw the pick up, but I can't see the grounding.
Mick Stone will check it, but I'm sure you'll find the Redcliffe Dolphins Player of the Year in 2003 in just his third first grade game. Shane Tronk has put the game surely beyond doubt for the Cowboys.
Yeah, without even looking at a replay, it looked good from here. Shane Tronk, the big man, and he is a man mountain too. Clever little kick by Chris Shepherd. Hit the posts. Kurt Gidley too deep for the ball. He'd drop back into the in-goal area. And no doubt about that. Tronk, the big man, gets down on the ground, rolls over. Straight underneath Robbie O'Davis.
No problems with the grounding. Exactly 20 minutes remaining. Was Tronk onside? There's no question about that.
Yeah, Shepherd went to the line, put everyone onside.
He's clearly behind the kicker. The other players involved are also behind the kicker. So I don't think there's any doubt that we will see there is one problem. You can't pick it up on your screens at home. For those who have the widescreen TV, there's a man, Kevin Campion, just out of shot on the normal screens, but the widescreen TVs that Mick Stone has, Kevin Campion is in front of the kicker. They're looking to see whether he comes within the 10. He's still not in the screen, the wide screen. He's outside the screen, just coming into the wide screen, but Shepherd has put him through. For most people at home that don't have a wide screen, you can't see what we're looking at, Mick Stone are looking at, but I don't think there's a problem with it.
Yeah, very happy, mate.
He did take a couple of steps forward, didn't he, Kevin Campion?
I'm to say very happy.
But Chris Shepherd followed the kick through.
Here's the decision from Mick Stone. It'll be a try for Shane Tronk. And there it is. Is that the game? Have the Cowboys won their second game at home this season? And Newcastle heading to 3 straight losses.
Yeah, we look at it again there. Chris Shepherd going to the line, just tapping it through. I'm pretty sure he purposely aimed at the post then too. Brought the Newcastle players out of play. Robbie O'Davis behind the line, as was Kurt Gidley. And for a big man, did well to get on the ground and roll over and score the try.
And he certainly was aiming for the post, but you reckon the kick was for the front row? How many times the halfback say to the front row, mate, I'll put a kick through for you. Shane Tronk, well done. Here's Hannay from right in front. Last year when they were here, these two teams, Newcastle put on 60 points against the Cowboys. They've got 6 tonight. They just lucked a 0 at the end. It looks like they're going to get 0 between now and full time. As Hannay adds the extras. 24-6, they'll be feeling pretty comfortable on the bench at the moment. The Cowboys, they can't afford to relax. Here it is again, Shepherd. Aimed it exactly in the right spot. And Tronk, he's about 6'6".
He's a mountain.
6'7".
Must be 120 kilos too.
Here's McDonald on the return. 3 converted tries, the difference now. And Newcastle are in trouble. I spoke earlier before, Greg, about the players Newcastle have unavailable. The Cowboys are without Tyler Williams and Travis Norton, who pulled out late through injury. They've got Matty Bowen, Paul Bowman, and Matt Singh on State of Origin duty as well. So there's 5 of your marquee players also who aren't here tonight. So, and of course, Glenn Morrison, who was out injured before. So there's 6 of their starting 13. So that's an outstanding effort from the Cowboys.
Yeah, look at it, really, those players out are all terrific attacking players. Apart from being the key players in their sides, they just add so much to the attack, as we see Travis Norton there with the knee, crutches too. Certainly no chance of him playing tonight. There was a whisper that he might take the field, but Travis Norton there with his leg up and bandaged heavily. I thought it was always going to be a struggle for both teams to come up with points. but Newcastle just really has found it hard to get out of their own end all night.
Square markers don't go early.
Big defence by the Cowboys and some very important tackles from their outside men who have cut down any chances that the Knights have had scoring tries, and that has led to the wearing out of the Newcastle side.
Key mistakes by Newcastle at important times. None more, maybe more important than that knock-on at the base of the scrum right on half-time as Sorbello almost breaks it again for the Cowboys.
If they can hang on to the ball here, the Cowboys, they will, I'm sure they can really put some points on the Knights. They're looking tired, the Knights.
Josh Perry and McDonald in back play as Perry breaks away from McDonald to make the tackle. This is Payne. Campion. To the 30. Shepherd. Tronk back on the inside. Yawning gap. O'Davis with the tackle. Back to Shepherd. Trying to keep it alive. Back to Jensen. Now this is Campion shaping to kick. O'Donnell, he deserves a try if anyone does for the Cowboys tonight. And he's finally tackled 10 out from the goal line. They're under siege again, Newcastle. Will we see an attempted field goal? Miles puts it high in the air. Henderson is under it and takes it well.
Yeah, plenty of pressure there for the debutant, Kevin Henderson. That's a couple now that he's taken out of the air under that sort of pressure. Brent Barron flying high.
Can you believe that from the Knights? They've come up with the error trying to force it wide from the restart. And so the Cowboys, again, with excellent field position, and Newcastle remained under enormous pressure. Doesn't get any easier either for Newcastle as they try and withstand this attacking raid. Sorbello. Tackle made by Woolno. Payne cuts out Campion. Shepherd knocks it on. He had Shane Trott on his inside, and I'm sure he was going to look for the dummy on the outside and the big front right back on the inside. Chris Shepherd. Frustrated.
Listen, it's knock on. Don't need you to do that, whether you're angry or not.
That's the sort of thing, isn't it, that lets the Cowboys down week in, week out. We're just having a look at the mistake. Craig Hall off the tap kick. That lets the Cowboys down. They just come up with silly mistakes. They're a good defensive side, but those mistakes allow the other teams to get back into the game. Fortunately for them tonight, the Knights just haven't got enough attacking power to take advantage of it. But if they're to be a team that figures at the end of the season, they've got to really put sides away when they've got the chance. They've had all the ball, all the field position tonight.
Newton, ball on the ground again. Gidley does well, pops it back to O'Davis. Riley Brown is the man on the inside. He gets away from Trent. Carmont there in support. Can he get his arms free? He does. Pops it back to Clint Newton. Clint Newton then offloads to Hall. And he's finally taken the ground on fire.
A promising play by the Knights, but good scrambling defence by the Cowboys.
Here's the kick. Sorbello is there. Sweeney, we lost it. Carmont's gifted a try. No! Sorbello with the tackle. Knock-ons everywhere. Kirk Gidley is screaming. He took his advantage, Carmont.
He picked up the ball there and dropped it when he's tackled. You got more than enough advantage. End of story. 2. Elephant steps. That's it. He would have wanted the try if he had scored. Cowboys ball. He lost the ball there. Their ball. You want to carry on like that? You have a spell. Take the ball.
There's no doubt that he got us right there.
Settle down. Fine. Get your head in. Leads the push off until the ball's in. Let's go. Come on, Kevin. Let's go.
Kevin Campion deliberately slowing play down the back plate.
What was that?
Frustration from the Newcastle players building. Haven't had a penalty in the second half, I don't think. 6-2, I think it was at half time. 9-2. They haven't had the football to get a penalty either, really. When they have, they've just been working it out from their own end. Lee McWilliams is back.
And when you add all those things together, the penalty count, the field position, and you look at their completion rate, as Sweeney makes a sidestepping run to the halfway line, well, you come up with a side that's under too much pressure. Look at the completion rate. The Knights, 22 from 36. That'd be no better than 60%.
Shepherd on the ground, but picked up by McDonald. Back to Campion. He then finds Sweeney. Sweeney puts boot to ball. Carmon has knocked it on. Well, the Cowboys fans haven't had much to cheer about at home this season. Just one win. But I think they're going to enjoy the last 11 and a half minutes.
An unhappy couple of minutes for George Carmichael. Down the other end of the field, had the try line wide open, cut down by a Sorbello tackle and spilt the ball on that occasion. Just tried to pick the ball up so it wouldn't go into the in-goal area. And he's come up with a knock-on.
As I was trying to mention before, it doesn't get any easier for Newcastle. They've got the Roosters next week at Aussie Stadium.
They'll be hoping desperately that those players come through State of Origin all right, because there's still a couple of long-term injuries to some big names sitting on the sidelines.
Campion inside to O'Donnell. O'Donnell towards the goal line. This scoreline could become embarrassing for Newcastle. Miles, Shepherd, now Southern looking for a try and debut. He's only 5 metres out from the line. McWilliams gets away from one. Has he got it down? Mick Stone's going to have another look.
For you. Just see if he's made the line. He's ended up there. I do have an opinion.
Mick Stone, who hasn't had much to do until the last 10 minutes tonight. Biggest win the Cowboys have had over Newcastle is 26-10.
Yeah, very hard to tell from the commentary box, but we get a look at the front on view. Lee McWilliams. Well, did he get it? Has he got it far enough? Has he touched the line, or is he short? He's pushed back into the field of play there by Kirk Gidley. The ball's not on the line now, but did he bang it down on the line?
Would you suggest that's short? I'd say that's short for mine. I mean, if push come to shove and someone said to me, what do you, I'd say that's short. Mick Stone may come up with a ref's call, or...
If you have a look at his left arm will touch the line now. Does he get his right arm level with that? I think he does. I think at some stage that ball has rolled onto the line. When the point of the ball didn't touch the line, but when it rolled forward, I'm pretty sure that it's touched the line.
Okay, so you reckon it's a try?
If someone threw it to me and asked me, I'd say that's a try.
Righto, well, I'd say no try. Mick Stone's going to make the decision.
Steve Lyons
he might come up with ref's call. Steve Lyons has said he has an opinion, which he does on most things. I think he might come up with ref's call. So what would Steve Lyons come up with? I'd say no try, you're saying try. What's Mick Stone going to say? Here it is. Ref's call, and try, he awards the try. Steve Lyons thinks he got it down. Mick Stone couldn't tell from the pictures. And so Lee McWilliams scores the try. His first of the year, and here comes Robbie O to have another chat.
Well, it just had to come, didn't it? Plenty of pressure applied by the Cowboys.
I did say it. I saw it. At the end, it was over. I saw it, and I reckon he got the tip of the ball, and that's all he needs on the line. If it was you guys, I would have given it to you, Robbie. All right? That's the way it goes.
He's had a hard night, Robbie O, hasn't he? Standing captain of the Knights. Plenty of discussions with referee Steve Lyons tonight. With their side on the wrong end of the penalty count, 9-2.
You got the commentators next to you?
No, he doesn't, Steve. Steve Lyons is asking Mick Stone whether we're sitting next to him. We're not. He's down the other end of the grandstand.
He doesn't think we might have influenced him, does he?
The only thing I wanted to influence Mick Stone was for him to take not as much time out making his decision.
Well, that was a tough one, but that was a tough one.
Absolutely. Here's Josh Hannay from 12 out, 20 in from the far touchline. And they've racked up 30. The Cowboys over Newcastle, 30 points to 6. This is the biggest ever win for the Cowboys over the Knights. As I mentioned before tonight, the biggest ever win is 26-10 here at Dairy Farmers Stadium way back in 1996. And in fact, the Cowboys haven't beaten Newcastle since 1998. So it's a long time between drinks out on the full. Gidley is it? Collision. Oh, did he stay in? He did, Hannah. How did he do that?
And running backwards too.
He almost collided there. I think it was with O'Donnell.
O'Donnell was coming forward. Hannay.
He was going out on the full for sure.
Yeah, it was out in the full. Hannay just couldn't see where the ball was landing. He's done well. Did he touch the line there? Touch judge said he did.
I suppose at 30 to 6 it doesn't really matter, but it just adds to the night for the Newcastle Knights. 8.5 to go. There's Graham Murray watching on.
Working him.
Kurt Gidley clapping the referee for the penalty. It goes against his side, 10-2. Michael Ennis being penalised for that tackle on Southern, trying to work him according to the referee. 10-2 now the penalty count. With 8 minutes to go, Tronk taking it forward. Looking a handful for Newcastle.
Obviously Newcastle have come up here with the idea of slowing the game down because of the heat, because it's hot in the
Irish tackle, sorry, Greg.
by Price there. Oh, and a swinging up too by Adam Waldo.
Watch him on the ground. Watch him, boys. Hey, David, what a game, mate. I got it, back you go. Robbie, take him back, please, mate. Play back.
Initial high shot there by Price and at Waldo.
Take him right back. Let's have a bit of rooming. Sort it out. He's all right. This one,
Will he stay on the field?
No, it's time out, mate. I want to talk to him first.
What will Steve Lyons do? Nick Stone wants to have another look at it.
Okay. All right, number, Robbie, number 10 and number 12. 10 and 12. Right, just what? Let's listen to the report.
Yeah, Steve, the original tackle was made by number 12. It was high with his left arm. The player stood in the tackle, and then number 10 came around the top with his right arm on the other side of the ruck.
All right.
Both hit high.
Thanks, Dave. Right, you've come up high originally. Let me finish. All right, you've got him high. All right, you've come around with a swinging arm. All right, he might have been dropping, but you've come around to the side. Robbie, let's get him down. All right, you've got 6 minutes to go. Let's just settle down and keep everybody on the field. I'm going to put that on the report, okay? Settle them down.
Andrew Price might.
Well, Jamie McDonald can come from the field as a free interchange, and he comes straight off. And they're going to take some time here, the Cowboys. Here it is again.
Andrew Price came in with a swinging left arm. He might have a case to argue. Adam Walno won't. Jamie McDonald standing in the tackle in an attempt to put him on the ground. Adam Walno swung the arm, but it's gone right across his head.
You just can't afford the Knights to lose it, Walno or anyone, from an act that is just out of frustration.
Yeah, not at this stage of the game. The game's gone from the Knights now, and they want to have Adam Walno on the field next week, but after that, I don't know if they will.
Here's Hannay, 30 metres out. I'm sure that Steve Lyons appreciates the Cowboys taking the penalty shot at goal to give the Knights players a chance to settle down. Here's Hannay. Not coming back enough, but he did. Steve Lyons' comment on the attempted penalty. Not coming back enough, but he kicks it dead, so 30 points to 6. Inside the final 5, a quick restart from Ennis. And Shepherd has it covered. Here comes Tronk. Clint Newton there to meet him. Walno coming in late with Ennis. After the tackle was completed, here's Mitchell Sargent. Cows. O'Donnell to the 30 now. O'Donnell, not on his feet, has had a shoulder problem. And also don't need a player that's played very well and starting to find his feet. Injured in the last few minutes. Such a big win. He's coming straight off O'Donnell. Left shoulder is the problem. Last tackle. Here's Hannay. Field goal attempt. Well, that was quite bizarre from the left-hand side of the field. We're up by 30 points to 6.
Yeah, not the option that I would have come up with, a field goal from 30 out. Far better putting the ball into the in-goal area, or just throwing the ball up in the air and seeing what they can come up with.
Perry offloading out the back there to Quinn. He's been one of Newcastle's best tonight. It's been a disappointing night for Newcastle. Henderson. Sorbello with the tackle. Brenton Bowen going at the fullback. Sloppy play the ball. Woolno. Tronk with the tackle. Gidley. Davis. Carmel. He's dropped it. Unhappy night with his hands, but particularly the second half and the last 20 minutes of this game, George Carmel.
They've had trouble handling Sweeney, haven't they? He's up and in all the time. Not that they've had the ball to do it, or the field position, but adopting a kick or cutting out one of those players to bring Sweeney in from his wing. There has been some opportunities out there. They just haven't come up with the right place to take advantage of it. But he has read it well, Sweeney.
Jensen. 2.5 to go. And the Cowboys on the verge of a wonderful win. Newcastle trail by 30 points to 6. Cowboys have won 2 in a row now. They take on the Warriors next week over in Auckland. And he's lost that one. McWilliams.
Error count not much better from the actually it's worse for the Cowboys. 18 errors, 16 to the Knights. Tackle count for the Newcastle Knights, 50 more tackles they've had to make. The penalty count is the thing that leads to that. Penalties 10-2 in the Cowboys' favour. Robbie O takes the ball forward off the scrum win.
Can they score a consolation try? Take a good solid tackle from David Miles and also Rod Jensen. Gidley. Now Brown. It's Andrew Price. The Davis interacting half. Ennis. Ball was a metre forward. Referee playing advantage. And now comes back for the forward pass. Kevin Henderson threw the ball almost out of the ground. Almost took out cameraman and camera with it.
Bend easy, boys. 1 set of 6 left.
They will not be in any hurry at all, either side, to pack this scrum. Here comes Clint Newton to the scrum. Bowen. Tronk. 20 seconds remaining. The Cowboys fans will celebrate as there's a solid hit on Sargent from Ennis. He hasn't moved. Now he does, Mitchell Sargent. Ball on the ground. Knocked down by Riley Brown, and that should see us out. That will be full time. The bench looks on. They're quite happy. Luke O'Donnell looks okay as well. And there it is, the Cowboys all together in the middle of the field. And it's full time here at Dairy Farmers Stadium. North Queensland 30 defeated Newcastle 6. Hang on, time out, not full time. We're waiting for something here from the referee. They're all shaking hands. Now he says it's full time. He signals it's full time. Robbie Davis.
He's just a bit worried if they don't come up. The game's finished. All right. Well, we'll just check it anyway. All right, later. All right.
Just that last shoulder charge, but it is full time with Newcastle. A thumping loss. The Cowboys have won 2 in a row and their first win over the Knights since 1998.